penis folding trance channel here. This is not a Course in Miracles lesson. I just got the feeling that someone wanted to say something, so I'm going to do a channeling session. I don't know who's going to come through. Obviously on the title we've written it down, whoever it is, but I'm just going to see who comes through and what they have to say today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and as we do our daily lessons, we have lots and lots of interaction, but I wanted to do a further exploration of what is going on your planet at this time. Many of you have seen your mainstream media news systems following a particular story about Mr. Epstein, who has reportedly been killed or died, and this is causing quite a furor around the planet. This is symbolic of the loss of trust that you are all developing in your mainstream media reporting systems. We see this as a very, very good sign that you are beginning to question the pablum that you are being spoon-fed. Pablum is baby food. Baby food which is of no great substance, not particularly healthy. So we want you to feel what these news reports bring up in you. Are they bringing up questions about your government? Are they bringing up questions about the morality of the ruling elite that runs your planet? What are they bringing up for you? Always remember that anything that you encounter in the world is for you to discern your reaction response to it. That is the only benefit it has for you. If things trigger anger or rage in you, then you have a belief in attack. You have a belief that anger and rage will solve something. If you have a strong feeling of disillusionment or loss of faith in the system, you are being shown that you want to believe in the system, but that faith is waning. What the next conclusion that can be drawn from disillusionment is that you are believing in illusions. Disillusionment is the fact that your illusions are crumbling. And this is what's really going on in your system right now. We want you to understand that over the next months and few years, you are going to see systems crashing because the fundamental structure of them is unloving. The fundamental network of energy that has kept them going for the last few decades is now dissolving due to the increasing frequencies of the galactic speed up that you are all experiencing. And your prayers are being answered. Your prayers for an egalitarian earth are being answered. Your prayers for more environmentally sound governance are being answered. But for those things to be answered, the old system must crack and create space, and the perversions and distortions that have been allowed to live in secret must be exposed to the light, must be exposed to the fresh air. Just as if you have a wound that needs to heal, you must let the fresh air and sunlight to it, or it will fester. And the festering has been going on your planet for a very, very long time. It is now beginning to show itself as, we will say, a pus-filled boil that is going to burst. And yes, if any of you have had a boil or a pimple that is large and unpleasant, you will know that just before that happens, it is quite painful. But the pain is the stretching of the fabric that is containing that poison. And that's what you are witnessing now. You are beginning to witness the pain of a culture realizing that there is a poisonous network of unhealthy principles at play in its governance. Now, the average person, we're talking to you, Joe and Josephine average, wants healthy, happy families. You want meaningful work. You want healthy bodies. You want kind and generous systems for those that are struggling. Systems that will help those who are struggling to become healthy and find their way. And those of you that are smart know that there is always a percentage of the population that is in permanent need of help. That may be people who are physically or mentally, emotionally handicapped. That may be people who are incapable of supporting themselves for some reason or another. And those of you that are smart know that a social welfare system of some kind is necessary, because there are people who simply cannot step up to the plate on a daily basis to provide themselves with what they need. Now, this is in the current state of your society, of course. As you go from 3D to 5D, which is the process that is underway right now, and that means going from a low frequency, deeply materialistic, fearful, death-ridden culture. We just ask you to look at your television programs before you start disagreeing with us. You worship death in this society. You watch it for entertainment. Brutal physical games of competition and physical combativeness are sources of great entertainment in your society. This will not happen in a 5D society. 5D society will be holding compassion and love as its highest tenets, and will be supporting all of those beings who are working towards the betterment of humanity. Not only supporting it financially, but sort of supporting it energetically. Everyone will be behind those things, and that is what you are beginning to see. You are beginning to see the frayed edges of a fabric that will not hold. And so when you see these things coming, do not fall into the disillusionment trap where you think, oh, the society I know is falling apart, that's terrible. We want you to know that the society you know that's falling apart is falling apart because it is unloving. It is not supportive of the artistic and creative and freedom-seeking nature of all of you. You are all made in the image of God. You are freedom-seeking, creative, loving beings. That is why you have to go through so many conditioning programs to get you shut down, to get you to shut up, to get you to sit down quietly and become domesticated. It takes a lot of effort to domesticate a human. So we want you to pursue your freedom-seeking, loving, creative nature in whatever way you can. If you have a regular job and you have some time that you haven't taken yet, take some time off and have a little break. Don't save it for when you get sick. You are predictively then deciding that you will get sick. Use it now when you're healthy, if you possibly can. If you have a tremendous amount of money in the bank, take a break, take a holiday. Do something to improve your life situation, whether it be renovating your house to make it more efficient, or it be visiting a family member that you miss, or whatever it is. Spend a little bit of your money on making your life better today. Or if you have a passion that you've been ignoring because you've been conditioned out of that passion, learning a musical instrument, going to a particular part of the world, begin to think about doing that now. You do not realize that you seeking freedom, you seeking passion, you choosing your next most exciting adventure helps everybody. Because you raise your frequency, this is a holographic universe. If you raise your frequency into a place of more happiness and joy and love for yourself and love for your fellows, you will affect everything and everybody. And this is one of the reasons why we are making this broadcast today. We would like you to know that you are connected to everything, and the happier you are, the more joyful you are, the more in alignment you are with your true nature, the better it goes for everybody. So do not get caught into the feeding frenzy of enjoying the downfall of others. Observe it and say, there it is. The downfall of this corrupt society is beginning to show itself. That's interesting. Now, what am I going to do with my day? What am I going to do with my energy? What am I going to do with my creativity? Do not get hooked into endlessly watching or investigating the downfall of some of these people of power. There is a part of the ego that likes to watch a car accident, that likes to watch the downfall. This is something that we don't really want you to participate in. It is okay to observe it and then turn away and say, how could I benefit the future Earth? How can I benefit a 5D society that I may be lucky enough to participate in? What am I going to bring to the table? Am I going to bring laziness and unhealthiness, or am I going to bring some creative endeavor and excitement? Begin to think about what you can bring to a new society, what you can bring to a 5D reality. I am that one that you know as Jesus. You are all beautiful beings on a spiritual path towards ascension. But you can, using your free will, step away from negative ideas, negative emotions based on your belief that bad things are happening in your society. Bad things are being revealed, and your system is beginning to shift into a system with more integrity. It's just the messy part of that process that you are going to really begin to see in the next few months. Do not be frightened by it. Do not be deluded by it, but use it as an impetus to focus on your positive contribution to the arising civilization that will take the place of the fallen. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again tomorrow. Thank you for watching this video. I would just like to mention that we do have a retreat coming up in September on Salt Spring Island, where I live in Western Canada. We do have a few spaces left. If you'd like to find out about it, please go to channelingjesus.com and look under retreats. Perhaps this is something for you. Thank you. Bye-bye.